Law is one of the most popular and actually a very rewarding career in the UK. Tons of students, not just from India, but US, Canada, different places in the world, they all go to the UK to pursue their LLM. However, the purpose of this video is not about telling you how good LLM is in the UK, but the purpose is to help you understand everything about what you need to do to study in the UK for your higher education in law, and how can you practice as a lawyer, as a solicitor in the UK, what are the licensing requirements that you need to fulfill, and what is a step-by-step roadmap for you if you are someone who is pursuing his LLB in India right now, planning to do their LLM in the UK. What all do you need to do? And this video is actually being posted on request by one of my students, Karan Dhwaj. So shout out to you, Karan Dhwaj. If this video helps you, do write in the comment box. Thanks, Karan, because he was the one who pushed me and motivated me to make this video. So let's dive into the video. Okay, so first thing first, just pursuing an LLM in the UK is not enough. That does not mean that just by doing the LLM you will be able to get a great job. You will wear that black suit, go into different courts and fight cases and live that dream London lawyer life. No, it's not that easy, but yes, that's a stepping stone. That's very essential to do. LLM is an academic degree. What that means is it helps you to deepen your legal knowledge. It helps you to specialize in a particular subject area. For example, it can just be a general LLM for you to specialize and deepen your knowledge into legal principles and legal frameworks, or it can be an LLM in intellectual property, a very common one. It can be an LLM into arbitration law, commercial arbitration. It can be an LLM into data privacy, cyber law, anything that you are interested in. As simple as that. Now, just this LLM does not enable you or allow you to practice law in the UK. In order to practice law in the UK, you actually need to go through some licensing requirements, some regulatory requirements. And in 2021, a very standardized route was introduced, which is known as the SQE route. Now, what is SQE? SQE stands for Solicitors Qualifying Examination. Now, what is this? It's basically a very expensive exam. Like the total cost of the exam is around 4,000 to 6,000 pounds, like the SQE1 plus SQE2. But it is your first step in order to get registered as a solicitor in the UK. Now, what all you need to do is, I'm just imagining that you are someone who has completed your LLB in India and now you are in the UK pursuing your LLM. Well, first thing, start preparing for your SQE level 1 while you're in India itself. The earlier you're able to complete your SQE1, the earlier you will be able to take the SQE2. And only when you will be able to complete your SQE level 1, which basically focuses on legal principles, and SQE2, which mainly focuses on ethics, professional practice and all, after both of these, you will go on towards your route of QWE, which is basically qualifying work experience. Once you complete your SQE1 and SQE2 and you have 2 years of QWE, which is the qualified work experience, this is when you get registered to practice as a solicitor. Now, a very simple question that might be coming to your mind would be, sir, I am getting 2 years of post-study work visa. If I will spend those 2 years of post-study work visa just to get my QWE, when will I be getting the time to actually practice as a solicitor? Which is a very good question. And this brings me back to that connection of LLM. The LLM program that you pursue has to be a program which will help you land a job somewhere in corporate law, or maybe as a paralegal, or maybe as a legal associate in a firm where you can get that QWE. Because without SQE, you cannot practice as a solicitor. So you cannot work as a solicitor, as simple as that. Now, what do you do at this point of time? You will have to do a job to, actually qualify to become a solicitor. So the LLM program that you specialize in, there's a lot that is going to depend upon that, whether you are able to, land a job for that qualifying work experience or not. So whatever LLM program you're pursuing, whatever LLM program you're choosing, make sure that you're choosing the one in which you can find jobs even without being a qualified solicitor. So all in all, if I have to summarize this whole thing, one, opt for an LLM that can help you land a job without being a solicitor. That's one. Two, while you have started thinking about it, if you're in your final year of your LLB, or if you are in, pre-final year of your LLB, start preparing for SQE level 1. It's not that tough. Trust me, it's not that tough. I have a few friends who have qualified it. I have one student who has qualified it. It takes time for sure, and it's a huge investment. Like, just the preparation material can cost 2,000 to 3,000 pounds. But yes, if this is your dream of pursuing law in the UK and practicing law in the UK, then yes, you need to go through all those steps, right? Now, I want to bring myself back to that point of that, okay, if I'm spending 2 years of just getting my qualifying work experience to practice as a solicitor, when do I actually get to practice as a solicitor? That would be once you get your skilled worker visa. Now, one good news is, if I compare the number of qualified and licensed lawyers in, let's say, India or Pakistan or any of the developing countries versus the UK, in India, the supply is way more than the demand. Yes, I know the top lawyers, they are always in demand. They are never free. They are always busy. But when someone is starting out, and especially if someone is coming from a family that does not practice law, it is very difficult to establish yourself. Super duper difficult in India. But it's not the case in the UK. And the reason is because pursuing law is expensive and time taking. And a lot of people are not having that luxury in the Western countries to afford that. So once you are actually, a qualified solicitor, once you are actually a solicitor, getting a skilled worker visa in which one of the legal firms or one of the law firms is sponsoring you is not very difficult. If you have watched my video on sponsorships, I explained that it's a game of demand and supply. If you are in demand and the supply is less, yes, the skilled worker visa can be yours. But if you are into something in which the supply is more than the demand, then it would be very difficult to get a skilled worker visa. So considering that thing, yes, it's a good route. Even if you want to live in the UK permanently, in the long run, great. But in the worst case scenario, even if you're having to come back to India, or move to a different place, then I want to tell you that yes, there are a lot of companies in India, in the Middle East, that practice UK law, that are actually like consulting firms for big lawyers in the UK, or big legal firms in the UK, or for companies that want to practice in the UK, that want to basically do business in the UK. So even if you're a qualified solicitor in the UK and not getting a sponsored visa, you will be able to find good job opportunities outside of the UK as well. So all in all, this was all about law. Make sure that you're focusing on your SQE preparation while you are applying for your universities and all those things. So that is the main point that we all need to take care of. Thank you very much. I hope that this video helped you learn something new and helped you give a better direction to your study abroad plans. If it did, please hit subscribe. And if you want to have a one-on-one discussion with me about your plans of studying abroad, or about you pursuing law in the UK and wearing that black coat and living that dashing life, book a consultation using the link that you will find in the pinned comment. Have a lovely rest of the day. Bye-bye.